Greetings, fellow gamers. This is Ross Algar, and you are watching XCOM 2. Start a new series of videos where I'm actually going to play XCOM 2 in Iron Man mode. Now, what Iron Man mode basically means is that I only have one save for the entire game. Every single decision that I make becomes critical, and I have to live with the results of those decisions. So, this is an extreme test. In the original XCOM games, only 2% of all players ever succeeded in playing in Iron Man mode, so this is going to be quite the challenge. I am playing on veteran status, and I have the usual assortment of characters. If you've seen my previous videos with my character pool, I have a number of friends and family in here, and so this is going to be quite a bit of fun. But there are two things you need to know when you enable an Iron Man mode, is that you cannot enable Iron Man mode and play the tutorial at the same time. So what you do is you go to a new game. Here we got our veteran status. Now I'm going to go reduce their beginning voiceover. And when you go to the click next, then you'll see here the Iron Man mode game. Your progress is saved automatically, meaning every choice you make is final. Iron Man mode is the ultimate XCOM experience, so recommended for experienced players. We'll go ahead and we'll do Iron Man. And I have played both Alien Hunters and Shun's Last Gift. Shun's Last Gift is much more fun, and we'll go ahead and we'll choose that. We'll play that at some point during the game.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
Enter Central. Officer Bradford.
The Advent Administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep gate crasher.
60 seconds. Now.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
We're heading into the city center to strike a big target. Something that will shake up the tranquil little utopia Advent has been building all these years. Secure the designated coordinates and neutralize all hostile contacts. Firebrand will be in the area for your extraction.
And with our first mission, the game begins. I've gone ahead and selected my character pool here, and it is chosen randomly at the start of each game. You got myself, looks like Matt Singh, Haviland, and thinking, let's not, John, I'm thinking that's Ben. Okay.
Menace 1-5. We have a fix on the target. Move to place the X4 charges at the designated position.
Alright, here we go. Moving myself. Let's see. I don't have much choice of cover here, but let's go ahead and we'll use that lamppost.
To designated coordinates. These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
I don't like my position here. I'm going to move up.
Heading out.
Okay, next we're going to get into some potentially solid cover here. Let's see. Which way are they moving? Looks like they're going that way. Let's go ahead and move Matt over here.
Moving to position.
We'll put him on Overwatch. Haviland, we're going to bring her over here behind the lamppost. We're going to put her on Overwatch.
I'm on it.
And Hunter, that's who it is. Alright, let's see, Hunter, where am I going to put you? And I don't want to leave Matt out there by himself. Let's put you right here.
Affirmative. Moving out. Eyes on the prize.
Okay, now I've got a chance here. Let's see, can I get into some better cover? They're not moving. So I have an opportunity to really get a good ambush here. Let's see. Only see two of them. I don't like going near vehicles because those have a tendency to explode. But we're going to go right there. Okay, there's all three. Are we within range of a grenade? I can only get one of them. So what we'll do is we'll move into position whereby I can get shots on everybody.
Heading to that location.
You can only get a grenade on one.
Affirmative, covering now.
Ugh, I don't like this. Let's bring her over here. Ugh.
Heading there now.
There's a
Menace
target
1-5.
site.
You're near the target position.
She's got shots in all three. In same situation, can't get both of them. We'll put her on Overwatch.
Eyes on the prize.
And last is Hunter. Where are we going to put you, Hunter? That's risky. I could get spotted, but we'll do it.
Closing on target position now.
Okay, now I think Hunter definitely can get two of them. So let's go with the rear two. But before we do that, we're going to come back to myself. Put myself on Overwatch.
Eyes on the prize.
And here we go.
Bombs away!
2 down.
Target's eliminated. We've been spotted.
Nice shot.
It's down.
All right, let's see here.
Moving to designated
there.
coordinates.
Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch. Heading out.
Overwatch.
Scanning.
Let's get into full cover. Well, let's keep these two together.
I'm on the move.
Overwatch.
Scanning.
Now, I haven't played through on Iron Man before. I don't know if there's going to be any nasty surprises or... Well, let's
Solid copy.
put him into full cover there. Okay, so far so good. Put him into partial cover.
Confirmed. Scanning.
Alright, what are we going to do with Matt here? Don't really have a choice, but let's get Matt up into some full cover there.
Will do.
Could always put somebody on Overwatch behind him. And we'll put Abby there. On Overwatch.
Affirmative. Covering now.
And Hunter... we'll just keep him on Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch. Enemy moving ahead.
Likely a patrol. Here they come.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
Okay, let's see here.
Heading to that location.
We got full cover there. Shots on one. Oh, that's not very good. But I do have the ability to take him out. Take a... Don't have good shots on them either. Not in range of grenade.
Moving on target location.
Alright, don't have a good chance to hit. We'll put him on Overwatch.
I'm on it.
Come on, Evan. Let's see. Let's get you in position here. They're more than likely going to try to move towards me. So we're going to move her over here, put her on Overwatch. That way I've got an L-shaped ambush if they try to move in. And we're going to put Hunter right here. So I'm not going to get close enough to get really good shots. 46, 25%. Yeah, that's not good. Here we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Oh, for heaven's sakes, guys, come on.
The target. That is not good. That one hurt a little.
for tech. Now, I can't get in a position where I can flank him. Let's see. With Haviland.
Heading there now.
Critical hit. Almost killed him. Overwatch is removed. Alright, let's finish him off with a grenade. Should get him close enough. Oh, he doesn't have a grenade. Oh, that's terrible. Take the shot.
I'll get it next time.
Position confirmed.
Menace 1-5, X4 module is armed. Neutralize any remaining hostile contacts.
On Overwatch.
Oh, I didn't think that was going to hit.
Hostile neutralized.
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
Alright, I'll take that. That's not a bad result. Now, in the actual tutorial, it goes from that particular mission right into where they recover the commander. Average cover 30 bonus. Yeah, that's not that great. Let's see.
Executed to the highest standards. Excellent work, Commander.
Okay, 23 days? Oh, that's not good. That's terrible.
Just like it sounds, our sharpshooters engage enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy from extreme range. They're also trained in pistol marksmanship for the occasional close encounter.
Okay, I got squad sight, which means you can target enemies within a squad mate sight, provided there is line of sight to the target, which is pretty nice. And there's also some, there are two basic, there's the gunslinger and there's the sniper tree that you can go down. Now, everybody's got their own little play style. Some people like to go down one path, other people like to mix it up. I like to do a little bit of both. But I have found that if you tend to stay on one side of the tree, that each successive skill benefits the previous, or the previous skill benefits the next skill, etc. But you can come up with some interesting combos moving between the two. Alright, what does Rookie Smithers get here?
The Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit.
Nice
Capable
choice
of
for Hunter.
moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
So he gets the slash ability. He can attack an enemy within movement range with his sword. Sometimes often kill them outright. So if you want a little more information, you always go to this ability info button there.
Serving as our demolitions experts, the Grenadiers provide heavy ordnance delivery whenever and wherever we need it.
Oh, that's just great. So I'm not going to have any heavy ordnance until I heal him. 23 days without heavy artillery. Fantastic. Might have to do something about that.
Operating some of our most advanced equipment, specialists deploy robotic drones on the battlefield that can be outfitted for combat or field medic duty.
Okay, the Agent Protocol, we can add bonuses to players for their defense. And they have a hacking skill. They can use their gremlin to approach network access points. Now your Grenadiers, of course, can fire grenades, and they can, their guns can rip apart armor at advanced skills. Oh, and he's shaken. Oh, God. So, basically what this means now, Matt has a reduced will, which means that he's more subject to psionic attacks and that he's more susceptible to panic. Now, the only way that he can...
You know, I probably wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for your father. He was something of a miracle worker.
Getting the Avengers' power back online was a miracle. I'm not entirely sure how he deciphered their system, but we'd still be half buried in the sand if he hadn't. He gave everything he had to get the ship running. But he didn't live long enough to see her fly.
We owe you both a debt of gratitude.
You can honor his memory by using this ship to destroy the aliens wherever we find them.
You'll get no argument here.
Okay, are you two done? Okay, we'll continue what I was discussing with. Anyway, the only way that we can recover Matt's reduced will is that I have to deploy him on a mission that's successful in which he does not get injured. Easier said than done. But the benefit of that is if I do succeed in that, not only will he recover his will, he'll probably increase it. However, in the meantime, he's going to be out for 23 days, and that's initially a problem. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is go to the research lab and meet the doc.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
Now, if you had noticed that curious scar in the back of Dr. Tigan's cerebral cortex there, he in fact had to remove his own chip implant. He had been employed by Advent and realized that things weren't quite going the way he thought. And so there's this interesting suspicion of him the entire time. But we have new research. We only have him. We don't have any scientists other than Dr. Tygan. So let's go ahead and look at the new research. And at this point, we can try to upgrade our weapons, which will take about 3 days. We can compose hybrid materials, which will take 3 days, or we can study alien biotech. Now, you know, the estimated time is 5 days. The only way we're going to increase that time is that if we had another scientist. So, with the modular weapons, we can use magnetic rifles used by Advent's forces. The rifles themselves self-destruct when the original operator dies, but with a little effort, we might be able to use any recovered parts to improve the soldiers' own weapons. With hybrid materials, we can actually begin to find means of improving our armament and our equipment. Or the alien biotech, which will allow us to study that chip that was found inside my skull, similar to the one that Dr. Tygan removed from himself. Given the choices, I'm thinking right now we probably want to go with hybrid materials.
I do find that area of research to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
Alright, very well. And we'll go back.
Advent has made steady progress in convincing the remaining civilian populace to migrate to their city centers, with the propaganda campaign providing a constant stream of reminders as to the benefits of migration. They have maintained a steady influx of new converts. Unfortunately, most of these unwitting refugees have little idea what they are truly signing up for.
Alright, so we're going to meet Shen in engineering.
Okay. Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
And so we meet the Chief Engineer, Lily Shen. The options to view our engineers, which we don't have any right now, our inventory. 1 officer corpse and 3 trooper corpses. Not much of an inventory. From here we can decide to build facilities. Now you see we have 1 slot open. And if we go here and click on that, we can build a laboratory, which is going to cost us supplies. Or a workshop, a power relay, or the guerrilla tactics school. Now, given the fact that I'm going to need to train somebody right away, and Matt's going to be out of action for 23 days, 14 of which are going to take to build this. It is, however, the second lowest cost of the power relay, which I don't really need right now. Whereas the laboratory and the workshop are going to take 20 days. However, within 14 days I can have this facility up and running, and within 5 days I can train a new soldier to fill Matt's shoes, which is probably beneficial, although there is an alternative. If I go to the command center, let's get out of this, come
We
back
noticed
here.
early on that the Avenger has a tendency to dip forward when the power core is under load without the engines engaged. At first I thought maybe it was a stabilizer issue, but now I'm starting to think it's all just part of the alien's grand design. The core itself may not be entirely stable, which would explain why the aliens went through so much trouble to isolate it in the bow.
Now, if you notice, each of these sections are either locked or contain debris. Now, this debris, of course, you can remove once you get engineers. Or you can set about to have the crew move it piece by piece. However, it takes so much longer, and engineers will speed up that process. But you will get supplies, and some of these actually extended power coil wells will allow you a free power slot, because each slot is going to cost you power to the ship that you put in. But if we go to the bridge...
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry. Not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
And on that note, he's absolutely right. This is where we get our missions. And it is quite possible that while we're in a mission that we can be interrupted. So here I have a choice. I can either investigate rumors of supplies or a settlement, but that's going to take 4 days. So we're going to avoid that right now. But in the meantime, here we have our Resistance headquarters. Over here is the settlement supply drop. We have a radio tower here. This is the new Arctic region. Now, here we could either gain intelligence, and if we click on this, we will spend time, we'll spin the clock, and we'll gain intelligence. Now, down here, we got a Resistance HQ to gain intel, or that. Now, there was a choice here, if I remember right, whereby I could change this, and let's go back there. With enough supply points, you could change this where you could heal instead of gain intel. And I keep seeming to exit out here. I can't remember how to do that exactly, but I think if we go to command... Oh, here's our command room. Now, this is the XCOM archives. This gives you all the backstory and stuff. If you're not familiar with XCOM, it'll give you a number of the classes, the strategic concepts, the research lab, resistance. So this is kind of a extended tutorial, if you will. There is the Avenger report, which tells me how many of the facilities are operational, how much power they're utilizing, and what's going on in each particular section. Here I've got the armory. There are 7 able bodies, 1 is wounded. And I have none that are unavailable. And the objectives. This is where it'll be displayed what it is I have to currently that I'm working on for the game. We have the armory, which this will list the soldiers in my squad. I could take a look at them specifically. Now there are 4 in particular: Mallory, Donovan, Michelle, and Matthew, which are currently inactive. They're in a rookie status. Here we see Matthew is gravely wounded and he will recover in 22 days. I could recruit to replace them. Those take up crew slots. And then there's a memorial. If anybody gets killed, then they'll actually have their a list of fallen soldiers here, which there's currently none, and you can write a little epitaph to them. So those are the other two areas that we haven't really seen. Aside from that, there's engineering. You could actually click on any particular section. There's some parts of the ship that are simply cosmetic and you can't really look at.
Maybe once this is all over, we should take this ship and go colonize one of their planets.
Here's the living quarters. Now this is one of those that you can select, but you can get an overview of your personnel, your engineers, and your scientists. And occasionally you'll see people walking around in here. For example, if we go to the... Is there anybody in there? Look around the armory. We can come over this way. Or we can zoom in. Yeah, here we go. There's somebody over here. Look like they're busy at work. Scroll through the ship. Okay, so let's get back to what we want to do here. We're going to need a new facility, and I want to start training people. Now, the Guerrilla Tactics School will allow me to do that, so we're going to go ahead and build that.
Guerrilla Tactics School construction initiated.
Now, if I had an engineer, of course, I could decrease this time by at least 50% and be ready in 7 days. Next, we're going to come up here. Let's back out of this. Come back to the bridge. And we're going to go investigate that
Avenger
settlement
plotting
report.
new course.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
Okay, let's take a look at the research, what we got. So now we can manufacture nanoscale vests, and we can research plated armor. Basically, this gives a health bonus of +1. And next on the list, so we can't research that, we're going to need facilities before we can research that. So let's go ahead and start researching weapons.
I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Okay, let's go back to what we were doing. You can always go back to the bridge geoscope from here. 2 days to find information, 3 days for the modular weapons.
Strategic resource located.
And we have found 60 supplies. We'll fly back to the Resistance headquarters.
Setting course for the Arctic.
Now, if I remember right, it's actually... Now, here we got another report of an abandoned colony, and reward will get recruits.